Good afternoon, this is David Wonder with Bushcraft on Fire, and we're out here on a rainy day. It's a cold day, probably about 40 degrees, and I've had some questions about the excess hide that was left over. What I want to do today is actually, it's going to take 2 days to do the video, but I've had this hide soaking. What we did was cut it into strips, just cut right around the edge, and we made one long strip. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and tie this hide onto this cord. Just make a quick little sheet bend here, and this will tie this up. It's very cold out here today. My fingers are like freezing, but that's okay. And then I'm going to stretch this hide out. Now this is about 25 foot long, and that's the finished product that we came up with. So what I'm doing is I'm just twisting this, and it's going to put twists down the whole length of the hide. And once that I twist it, I'm going to stretch it out and let it hang for a couple days. Now it's rainy, so may not have a finished product tomorrow, but what we're going to do is make some rawhide cordage. And so I'm just twisting this till it gets into cordage type look, and once I get that done, I'll come back with you and show you what we've got. Okay, what I've done is I've taken and I've tied a string off to this tree, and then I'm just going to tie another knot right there. That'll hold that rawhide in place. What I'm doing now is I'm just pulling this tight so that that rawhide is nice and tight. Then I'm going to go ahead and throw a knot on here that will allow me to tighten it. If you remember on our video, this is called a taut line hitch, and that will allow me to tighten that up. I don't want to get it too tight, but I've got it nice and tight, and you can see here that it's all rounded and corded. So what we're going to do is we're going to let this dry for a few days, and we'll tighten it as it dries. It's going to tend to shrink as it dries, which will self-tighten it, but it's been raining out here, and it's probably going to be raining a little bit, so we want to be careful that we watch it so it doesn't break. Alright, so here's a picture all the way down. You can see we've got it tied off with cordage on both ends, 25 foot of the rawhide cordage, and we'll let that dry up and we'll see what we've got. Good morning, this is David Wendell with Bushcraft on Fire, and we're having a great day today. It's early in the morning, it's about 37-38 degrees, and you remember our cordage that we made last night out of rawhide. Well, you can get a picture of it here. Looks pretty good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just show you. This is pretty flexible. You can tie knots in it, no problem. Just tie a square knot in there real quick, and that'll work for most applications that you need cordage. If you need this to be really tight, you can wet it again and then use it to tie, but I'm just going to wrap it up, show you that it's flexible enough that we can wrap up. And I'm going to show you a little thing that I treat, just kind of a finishing treatment for the cordage, and I've got two different things that I'm going to do for it. First is I'm going to come over on a log, and I'm going to run it over a log just to loosen it up a wee bit. So let's go over to the log. So what I'm doing, I'm just putting this over this log, and I'm going to work it the whole way down the cord. It just gives it a little loosening up, and once we do that, we'll come back and we'll show you how we buff our final product. Now you can see putting this over log made it a lot more flexible already, but I've got a piece of paracord. This is just braided, tied to the bottom of the tree, tied off on the top to a limb so it won't slip, and I'm just going to work at for a minute over this paracord. Nice long even strokes, and that's going to loosen up the rest of that cordage. And when we get finished with that, we'll be back to finish this video up. Alright, well there you go. Finished cordage. In order to keep this cordage, I'll just wrap it a couple times around the end. This is a stiffer cordage than say 550 paracord or something like that. And so you've got to treat it a little bit differently. Some of you may have used lariats, and this is pretty much similar to what a lariat is. But anyway, rawhide cordage. A good trick to know. A good way to use excess when you're skinning out an animal and you have that left over on the end. This is David Wendell with Bushcraft on Fire. Glad to be with you today. Hope that you've enjoyed this video. Thank you for all your support and join us again soon.